In today's video, we'll go on a journey through the most haunted places in Mississippi, where locals' penchant for dramatic storytelling has woven ghostly tales into the very fabric of the community. Here, we'll explore 10 local haunted landmarks that might give you second thoughts about visiting alone after dark. Our first stop takes us to an old train station, where a friendly yet occasionally moody spirit lingers. The ghost, believed to be a former train station worker who handled luggage, met an untimely end in the depot and was discovered by his family on Christmas. According to Rebecca Davis, director of Main Street Pascagoula, who worked in the historic depot, it's more than just a haunted building surviving hurricanes. Recounting her experiences, Davis admits she never saw a ghost, but witnessed peculiar occurrences. Items fall off walls, flew across rooms, and crashed into others, seemingly tied to whether she acknowledged the spirit daily. Davis shared, "If I said good morning and good night, I would come back the next morning and everything would be fine. But if I left on a Friday and forgot to say good evening, there would be something left on my desk, and there is no way that this item could have moved." In one particular eerie incident during an evening, Davis's phone flew off her desk, hitting a filing cabinet. Astonished witnesses, including a chairperson, saw it unfold, with 20 people swiftly vacating the office. Even a ghost haunting team detected paranormal activity around Davis's desk area during a setup weekend. Recorded interviews captured clear and plain responses from the spirit, offering a fascinating glimpse into the supernatural occurrences within this historic train station. Next up, welcome to the intriguing realm of Gautier's Ghost Town, where the cemetery, also known as the Garden of Hope, holds a spine-chilling reputation, often making its way to the top 10 haunted cemeteries in the US. The eerie legend surrounding this place involves a man who tragically ended the lives of his wife and 5 children with an axe. They are said to rest together in the cemetery, with tales of one of the daughters wandering the grounds in a haunting blue dress. Adding to the supernatural ambience, the graves are nestled between 2 ancient oak trees that eerily resemble arms reaching down over their resting places. If that's not enough to send shivers down your spine, Hurricane Katrina left its mark, washing some crypts up to the surface. A friendly reminder, while the locals are welcoming, it's crucial to note that the cemetery is on private property and remains an active burial site. Uninvited visitors are strongly discouraged. Next is the mysterious La Pointe Krebs Cemetery, nestled atop an ancient Indian burial ground on the shores of Krebs Lake in Pascagoula. This cemetery proudly holds a title of being the oldest active family graveyard in America, with its roots dating back to the early 1750s. According to Mac Wixon, the executive director of La Pointe Krebs Foundation, the cemetery has been in use for almost 270 years, housing countless souls. Locals, especially early rising fishermen, have long shared tales of eerie encounters and strange sightings. Intriguingly, ghost hunters exploring the cemetery in the past year reported some of the highest paranormal activities here. The deteriorating graves, contributing to the overall spookiness, have added to the mystique of La Pointe Krebs Cemetery. Wixon shared, "People swimming in Krebs Lake have seen some of those tombs falling down and bones spilling out. There's some creepiness that goes along with that." Fourth stop is the intriguing Rock and Roll Graveyard in St. Martin, home to the family-owned William Seymour Memorial Cemetery. Effectively dubbed the Rock and Roll Graveyard by locals, it's earned the nickname thanks to the frequent gatherings of spirited teenagers. But this cemetery isn't just a hangout spot. It harbors a haunting tale that has piqued the curiosity of many. Legend has it that a woman in white, seated in a rocking chair, is a spectral presence that lingers in the graveyard. As we explore the eerie stories tied to this unique resting place, let's not forget the journey itself. The drive into the graveyard is an experience featuring 13 winding curves on the way in and 14 on the way out. Fifth stop is Aunt Jenny's Catfish Restaurant, into the intriguing Julep Room in Ocean Springs, where the supernatural meets savory delights. Here, some of the brave female employees have a spine-chilling tale to share. They refuse to venture downstairs into the Julep Room alone due to reported paranormal activity. Stories abound of flickering lights and light bulbs mysteriously unscrewing themselves, adding an extra layer of eeriness to the ambience. A mysterious man has been spotted haunting the bar area, leaving many intrigued and maybe a bit spooked. What makes this haunt even more captivating is the restaurant's conversion from an antebellum home. infusing history into its very walls. Despite the potential scares, locals and visitors alike agree that braving Aunt Jenny's is well worth it. The catfish is legendary, making the supernatural encounter just a small part of the unforgettable experience. Next is 12 Oaks in Gautier, a historic gem constructed in 1896 by Henry Gautier. Yet behind its elegant facade lies a tapestry of local lore, claiming the residence as home to several spectral inhabitants. Whispers of ghostly encounters have woven tales of a curly-headed old woman, a mysterious ghost man believed by some to be Henry Gautier himself, alongside a teenage girl sporting a dark bob haircut and a blonde-haired young girl. The seventh stop is the old Crumbus Sawmill in Hurley, a business with a history dating back to 1939 when Roy Cumbus first started it. While it serves as a unique backdrop for wedding photos, with its iconic huge rotary saw out front, locals can't help but sense an eerie atmosphere around the place. The looming structure takes on a spooky charm, especially when dusk settles in and the creaking sounds of the old mill begin to echo. Next is the tale of the ghost ship in Gautier, featuring the St. Christopher, a 149-foot-long vessel built in 1932 in the Netherlands. Originally docked at Pascagoula, it found itself pushed west to Gautier by Hurricane Georges in 1998. Hurricane Katrina struck in August 2005, further displacing the ship. Now local legend entwines with the ship's history. Some imaginative teenagers have spun a story that it was a ship full of Nazis navigating the river when a storm abruptly forced it ashore, where alligators devoured the entire crew. According to local lore, venturing to the site at night would reveal eerie sights of deceased crew members floating in the bayou. However, it's essential to note that the ship has been removed by the city, but that did not end the haunting tales that once surrounded this mysterious vessel. Ninth stop is the Oldfields House in Gautier, Mississippi, also known as the Lewis House. Constructed around 1845, this historic residence belonged to Alfred Lewis, a significant figure in the Gulf Coast history, with roles as a businessman, politician, and Civil War officer. As we step into the past, notorious stories of hauntings have lingered over the years, adding an extra layer of intrigue to this vulnerable home. Adding to the mystique, the old Lewis Cemetery stands adjacent to the property, adorned with truly eerie headstones. And last but not least, welcome to Johns's Bayou Road and Mount Pleasant in Vancleave, Mississippi, where local lore weaves tales of mystery and the supernatural. According to legend, this stretch of road has been the eerie backdrop of multiple car accidents involving drivers traveling alone at night. Terrifyingly, they recount of being struck by a phantom car that seemingly materializes out of thin air, only to swiftly vanish into the darkness. Boaters and wanderers strolling along the serene banks of the Pascagoula River during the late summer evenings are sometimes treated to a mystical melody, the river's very own song, which is why it's famously known as the Singing River. Originating in George County at Merrill, the mighty Pascagoula gracefully winds its way through Jackson County, ultimately meeting the Mississippi Sound between Pascagoula and Gaucher. Along its route, it meanders along picturesque grassy banks and towering oaks adorned with Spanish moss. The river's rich folklore has not only enchanted the locals, but also inspired the names of numerous businesses in southeast Mississippi, from the Singing River Animal Clinic to the Singing River Federal Credit Union. Did you know that the mysterious melody was first documented in 1699 by French explorer Pierre Lemoyne d'Iberville? And over the centuries, various legends have been spoken about the river's enchanting hum. Some attribute it to the buzzing of bees, while others believe it emulates from a specific species of fish. However, the most commonly shared explanation is a romantic tale known as the legend of the Pascagoula Indians, a tribe fondly referred to as the Bread People. According to folklore, the disappearance of the Bread People can be traced back to a forbidden love affair between Enola, Biloxi Indian princess, and Altama, the chieftain of a peaceful Pascagoula tribe. Enola's decision to break off her betrothal to Otanga, the chieftain from her own tribe, in favor of Altama, led to a tragic conflict between the Pascagoulas and the Biloxi Indians, who were known for their combative nature. Despite Altama's noble offer to surrender himself to save his tribe, his honorable tribesmen chose to stand with him, leading to a fateful battle. In a dramatic turn of events, Altama walked into the river, initiating a heartbreaking procession as his tribe followed suit, chanting a solemn hymn until the waters silenced their voices forever. The haunting sounds heard along the Pascagoula River are believed to be the echoes of this tragic serenade, marking the end of the Pascagoula tribe and becoming the enduring legend behind the river that sings. The Pascagoula Singing River. Throughout history, there have been stories circulating about the creatures lurking beneath the Singing River. Along these legends, the enchanting stories of mermaids and sirens who beckoned unsuspecting travelers to their watery demise with their alluring songs have echoed through time. Along the Gulf of Mexico and within the bayous of the southeastern United States, tribal folklore intertwines with mythical water creatures and the mesmerizing sounds coming from the rivers. One of the earliest documented accounts of the Singing River harks back to Governor Perrier of French Louisiana during his visit to the Pascagoula tribe. Entering the mouth of the river, he bore witness to a spectacle where the water transformed into a foaming column, crowned by a singing mermaid. The eerie allure of the song led both Indians and the missionary to willingly step into the water, never to be seen again. Similar tales echo through the bayous, like the Singing River in modern-day Muscle Shoals, Alabama, where enigmatic sounds beneath the water's surface are linked to the mysterious disappearance of the local tribe. The narrative surrounding the Pascagoula people's fate is veiled in uncertainty. Despite beliefs that they committed mass suicide by drowning, conflicting versions emerge in the Journal of American Folklore, suggesting involvement in either the Biloxi tribe or the Pascagoula. Oral traditions of the Biloxi recount their migration and intermarriage with other tribes, further complicating the historical account. Local residents, drawn to the romanticized version of the river's history, embrace the notion of the Pascagoula as victims of aggression and participants with a tragic love story with the Biloxi as the aggressors. The mystique of the Singing River continues to captivate, drawing visitors to Pascagoula and embellishing the riverside with a romanticized identity that fuels regional tourism. Local businesses proudly adopt the title of Singing River, instilling a sense of communal pride. In a symbolic gesture, a county resolution in 1985 formally renamed a stretch of the Pascagoula River as the Singing River, solidifying its place in the regional lore. At present, the Pascagoula watershed is not just a scenic landscape, it's a home of nature with the calls of 327 bird species echoing throughout its sprawling cypress tupelo swamps, oxbow lakes, and pine ridges. Wading birds serenade as they gracefully navigate the bayous, while swallow-tailed kites soar through the extensive bottomland forest in pursuit of prey. Even the distinctive bugle of the rare Mississippi sandhill crane resonates within the pine savanna. In a historic moment in 1974, the Nature Conservancy and devoted conservationists united to safeguard 35,000 acres of the watershed, creating a grassroots epic, as acclaimed biologist E.O. Wilson termed it. This effort has resulted in a river corridor now protected by almost 70,000 acres of public and private conservation lands. The commitment to preserving this natural gem continued as the Nature Conservancy played a key role in establishing the Pascagoula River Basin Alliance in 2001. Recent years have seen significant strides, with TNC acquiring 2,100 acres along the Leaf and the Pascagoula Rivers in George and Greene County, a monumental addition after a decade-long hiatus in land acquisitions. Beyond its statewide conservation impact, this purchase connected over 450,000 contiguous acres between the DeSoto National Forest and the Pascagoula Wildlife Management Area, forming the largest tract of conserved lands in Mississippi. In October 2016, the Mississippi Forestry Commission took charge of managing and protecting this land, a transfer occurring almost 40 years after the Conservancy contributed 32,000 acres to establish the Pascagoula River Wildlife Management Area. These two milestones, 4 decades apart, symbolize a remarkable journey in conservation. The Pascagoula watershed remains a top priority of the Nature Conservancy, spanning from the lush forests to the coastal estuaries and the iconic Singing River itself. A testament to a promising future for ongoing conservation efforts in Mississippi. Join us in our future explorations of Mississippi, hidden gems and fascinating tales. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more stories from the heart of the Magnolia State. Until next time.